Yeah. I don't really know exactly what to say, but I'm thankful for this week. I'm thankful for how we performed out there, and yeah, it was a good week. Can take away a lot of positives from this tournament, and yeah. Yeah, it's really special. Mr. Palmer meant a lot to me, meant a lot to us as professional golfers and the game of golf, and so it's very special to be able to sit here and wear his red sweater again, and yeah, I'm very proud to be the champion in his tournament. Yeah, I mean, I think it's it has a lot to do with the stuff we talked about on Monday, keeping the mind as quiet as possible, and part of the problem is just trying too hard. It's frustrating to not be. Not have the best of myself just because I know that I can putt really well. It's not like, I've been a bad putter my whole career. I've just gone through a stretch where it's been tough. And, yeah, I think this week I did a really good job of not letting the misses get to me. Teddy did a really good job of keeping me in a good headspace, and, we stayed positive out there, and I hit a lot of good putts this week. Yeah, I mean, I try not to place too much of my identity in what I do out here on the golf course. There's a whole other part of my life that is not in front of you guys that I think is what's most important to me. And so, yeah, like I said, my life's not a golf score. It's not how many trophies I'm going to win. It's not anything like that. I'm proud to have a great wife and a great family. And we have great friends at home, and I'm very, very grateful for the other part of my life that's away from the golf course. Well, I'd like to be remembered as a competitor. I'd like to be remembered as someone that always gave it his best, and just kept a good attitude. And I feel like that's my goals always going into an event is being tough, being competitive, and going out and competing, having a good attitude, and being committed to my shots. Yeah, I think this one's pretty special. Like some of y'all have mentioned, it had been a while since I won. I did win in the Bahamas, but as far as the PGA Tour event, it had been almost a year. And so there'd been, a lot of chatter about my game and the state of where it was at. And so it was nice to kind of come in here with a good mental attitude and to perform well under pressure. And, I think today's round was really special for me going forward. I try to be as patient as possible. I think, that's probably a tough thing to kind of figure out. But, yeah, like I said, I try to be as patient as possible. I think it can be tough out here. This game can humble you really fast, and so I'm trying to be more grateful for the success and more grateful for these wins. Sometimes I have a habit of winning an event and just immediately trying to move on to the next week. And so going into tonight, I'll try and celebrate and enjoy this win with my family, and yeah, it'll be fun. Thursday I think was a really, really important day for me. I got off to a horrible start with the putter. I hit a really bad putt to start the day, and I missed a couple other makeable ones on the first few holes. And when I got to the practice range after, the discussion was not what are we going to fix. It was how well that I did. And that all goes back to the process that we're working on, and it's not results based. Like, we got done with Thursday's round, and Teddy and I kind of looked at each other, and it was like, man, I felt like we did pretty good today. And so that was the discussion, and then we continued to work on the things that we're working on. And yeah, it wasn't like we were searching for anything out there. It was more just kind of reflection of where I was mentally at the time, and I thought we did a good job. Yeah, I try to be as consistent as possible out here, and it's a difficult thing doing that week to week out here on tour. The golf courses are really tough. The competition is really tough, and I try to be as consistent as possible and bring the right attitude each week. And so I'm definitely proud of the results over the last couple of years, how consistent I've been, and it's nice to get a win this week. I just think that how it works, across the game, or across all aspects of the game. If you're trying to play perfect golf, it doesn't really work. There's no such thing. And I think sometimes the perception from people on the outside, golf looks really easy when you watch it on TV. I mean, it really does. It does not look that hard. But then when you go out here and compete and play on the PGA Tour, it's pretty dang difficult. And so I try and take that approach to all aspects of my game. And sometimes when things aren't going right, you try to be perfect. And at times in the last year or so, it's definitely been frustrating knowing that I can hole putts and win tournaments and not being able to do it, at the clip that I'd like to. And so going into today, that was really one of the positives I took from the first round was, I had a good attitude. I held my lines well, and it's just a matter of continuing to stick to what we're doing and just wait for the results to come and not force them. Putting's such a difficult thing because you can't force it. Like, I can hit a really good 9-iron from the middle of the fairway, and every now and then I'll get gusted, and it won't turn out well. But worst case, it's not going to be very far from the hole. But putting, I can hit a really good putt from 15 feet. And if it lips out, it's the same thing as me just hitting a terrible putt a foot short and then tapping it in. So it's a tough thing to quantify when you're just looking at the results. And so that's why I try to focus more on my process and what I'm doing over the ball versus any sort of, results-based thinking. I get lazy. That's pretty much it. And I got lazy in the 2 weeks that we had off, and it started growing out. And then one day, I don't remember why I wanted to be presentable for something. I don't even remember what it was, but I just grabbed a razor and just shaved my neck. And then it was it's kind of nice not having to shave, each day. And really just more of a laziness thing than anything. But now it's getting to the point where it's probably getting a little bit longer, and it's growing in weird directions. So I'm probably gonna have to shave it now and then grow it out again. Really, it was just pure laziness.